I'm Kevin Coleman with the Shadow Post, and I have finally met the new director of the Ross County Historical Society. It's taken too long for me as a historian and tour guide, but I wanted to meet you and also promote this Saturday.
Absolutely.
So if you could introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi, I'm Andrew Hall. I am the executive director here at the Ross County Historical Society.
And when did you start?
I started about mid-November in 2024. So I've only been here a few months.
All right, and where do you hail from?
Well, originally I come from the Toledo area. Got started in the history game up at the Fort Meigs historic site near Perrysburg.
The reconstructed World War or
War of 1812 fort, yes. So worked there for a number of years. I did my undergraduate degree at Bowling Green State University. Did my master's work at Miami University. And I worked actually for the last about decade up in Columbus, Ohio at the Ohio History Connection. And I spent the last 5 years actually managing the Ohio Village, so the living history site that they have just right there in the center of Columbus.
So you share some experience with our with Tom Kuhn, our previous director?
I do, yes. So he came from Ohio Village as well. I also know he was a reenactor and living historian. So obviously this organization attracts a type.
Yeah. Now, do you like your cigars like he does?
I'm afraid I'm not much of a smoker.
All right.
Maybe I need to get into it, though.
Well, it went well with the Civil War outfit.
Well, if I do smoke, it does tend to be a pipe, and I do have a corncob pipe that goes well with my War of 1812 kit.
All right. As for me, I dress for 1803.
Right.
Statehood. So, while we're here at the table, you mentioned that you've got a delayed exhibit that's coming up.
We do, and actually we have a number of different exhibits coming soon. So the exhibit that'll be opening soonest, actually on Statehood Day, is going to be one dedicated to Ohio's militia history. So focusing on organized volunteer militias from roughly 1803, so Ohio statehood, up till about 1876, when the National Guard kind of transformed that militia system. So we'll have a really great exhibit opening on March 1st.
Will you have that photo of Payne Street with the soldiers returning to the Civil War?
We do, actually. That'll be proudly on display. Coming up in April will be two different exhibits that we're going to have opening. One will be the one that is partially being prepped right here in front of us, and that'll be focused on Black and women labor history here in Chillicothe. So digging into some more of those underrepresented stories, trying to just show more of the town's real just diversity and rich history pretty much anywhere you look, honestly. Our goal is to find those little corners of Chillicothe history that often get either overlooked or just don't have a lot of representation otherwise, and trying to show some light on those.
Is May National Women's Month?
It'll be April.
April.
Or wait, I'm so sorry. March is, because it's back to back with Black History Month. That's it. We'll also have a natural history exhibit opening in April, focusing particularly on the megafauna that lived here in Ross County way back during the Ice Age, last Ice Age.
One of my favorite topics.
Oh, wonderful. So you'll probably really enjoy the fact that we recently had a very large mastodon bone donated to the organization. It's a significant piece of one of their leg bones. We're not sure exactly which one yet. We're still working on doing the full identification. But that bone, as well as a lot of teeth and other fragments, are going to be on display in this upcoming exhibit that'll really showcase how Ross County evolved over the course of several 100,000 years with all the pressure of glaciers and all sorts of other things interplaying into our geography.
And that also ties in with Archaeology Day?
It will. So on Archaeology Day, which will be on April 19th this year, we'll have that exhibit open so people can explore that along with all the other fun archaeology-themed activities we have for the day.
All right. So back to Statehood Day this Saturday. The Historical Society traditionally coordinates everything with that. Can you speak to that?
Absolutely. I was really excited to be able to take on leadership for Statehood Day this year. So we worked alongside a lot of other museums here in town, particularly the Chillicothe Railroad Museum over at the park.
Our two cabooses.
Yeah, the David Nickens House, the Lucy Webb Hayes House, the Genealogical Society, as well as us. We will all be open and free of charge on Statehood Day.
And I believe Adena Mansion Gardens.
They are going to be open. I don't know how detailed their programming is going to be, just because I know there's been some changes up there, but I did hear that they will be open that day as well. And here at the Ross County Historical Society, we have a variety of different activities going on while we're open, which will be here from 1 to 5. We'll have a number of militia reenactors showcasing early militias from the 19th century. They'll be stationed in our log house, which is right next door to the museum. We will also have representatives from the local DAR and the Genealogical Society here to share resources. So yeah, at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. During Statehood Day here at the Ross County Historical Society, we will be hosting a Victorian-style flea circus. The same type of itinerant entertainment that people in the mid-19th century might have expected to see come through a town like Chillicothe. You know, here in Ohio, we have had a fairly rich history of circus performers and carnivals, snake oil salesmen, and everything in between. Yeah. So the flea circus really is an opportunity to see what entertainment would have been like in the mid-19th century, especially in a small town like Chillicothe, where itinerant entertainers come and go and pass through town at all times of the year. So this flea circus is really a truly unique and one-of-a-kind experience that you're not going to get anywhere else.
All right, I can see you're drawing a lot of your experience from the Ohio Village, interpreting and being very proactive.
Absolutely. I believe that history is, honestly, a lot of it is what we make of it. It's the way that we tell the stories. It's who we decide to include. And also, for me, history is a lot of history is about the human connection and what it is to be a person, what it is to be an Ohioan at any different time in history. So being able to take those little pieces of life and really flesh them out and explore them gives us a better idea of just what it was like to live in Ohio, 150 years ago, or any other time you might think of. So any time that we can get people engaged and more active in history, the better it will stick in their heads, and the better they'll be able to start recognizing those connections as they go out into the world as well.
All right. Well, that's a lot to do here late winter and spring. Will there be a spring lecture series?
There will be some spring talks coming back. We have our first one actually coming up on March 22nd. We will have historian Robin Schuricht. She's a local historian and artist. And she'll be here at the Ross County Historical Society portraying Victoria Woodhull, America's first female presidential candidate, talking about her life basically from the time she grew up here in Ohio all the way to when she retired from her political career.
All right. Anything else?
Depends on how far out you want to go.
Well, that's already a lot for just now.
That's what I was thinking. I think that pretty much covers most of what we've got coming up.
So how can people learn more aside from the newsletter?
Well, you can definitely see us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr. You can also find us at our website, rosscountyhistorical.org, or you can give us a call at 740-772-1936.
And you are active with putting posts on your Facebook page, and I think Instagram is linked with it?
We are. So news about Statehood Day and all the wonderful activities are already posted, and we'll continue to provide regular updates for all the new programming coming up.
All right. Andrew Hull with the Ross County Historical Society at the Ross County Heritage Center. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much as well.